The old house stood at the end of Decker Avenue, a block that had seen better days. Many of the other houses on the block were boarded up, their occupants having long since fled for greener pastures. Only remnants of life remained. An old tricycle upended on its side, its front wheel lazily spinning in the chilly October breeze. Rusty wind chimes clattered a dissonant melody that echoed throughout the quiet street. The decrepit old house lorded over these others, as if sucking the life out of everything around it. Unlike the others, though it looked the part, this house was not abandoned. Kids in the neighborhood had been telling stories about the old house for years. A witch lived there. Her name was Lilith, and as the legend would have it, she held black mass ceremonies in the basement where unlucky children were sacrificed in the name of the devil. Over the years, children had gone missing from the town here and there, mostly teenagers. The authorities explained it away as runaways. Nobody really cared. After all, there wasn't much of a future if you stayed around here. Now that the nearby mill had shut down, it wasn't unusual for people to just up and leave. I guess kids my age were no exception.
You do realize she's probably got all the bodies in her basement, right?
My friend Justin excitedly gestured to me. It was Halloween, and Justin and I were wandering the streets of the town as the sun sunk behind the trees and the wind began to pick up. We weren't cool enough to be invited to any of the big Halloween parties the popular kids in school were humming about all week, so we decided just to have our own fun. Dude, you're such a moron. All those stories are ridiculous. Sure, Satan priestess old woman. Listen to yourself. She's probably just some sad old lady with no family and nowhere else to go. I feel bad for her.
Okay, if you're so sure, then why don't you go up and ring her bell and find out?
Justin said as we turned the corner right onto Decker Avenue, where Lilith's house loomed large over us. Okay, jerk off, I'll tell you what. If I ring the doorbell and she answers, you gotta buy me a 6-pack at the 7-Eleven on the way home. Justin considered the options for a minute. His brow furrowed.
You've got yourself a deal,
he said suspiciously. I approached the house quickly. I wasn't scared. More than anything, I was concerned the old woman might be angry at me for ringing her bell. But it was Halloween after all. I could just be a slightly too old trick-or-treater. Justin stopped at the rusted front gate.
This is as far as I go, amigo. The rest is all you.
I smirked as I entered the front yard. Justin could be so stupid sometimes. You know the type, the sort of guy who believes in those ridiculous tabloids at the supermarket checkout. To this day, I think he still believes that Bat Boy is a real thing. The sagging front porch creaked under me as I ascended the stairs. The staccato clap of a shutter banging in the wind from an upstairs window echoed across the yard. There was no bell, so I knocked on the door. Heavy dark curtains obscured the view inside from all the downstairs windows. I cleared my throat, suddenly realizing my trick-or-treat cover would be blown the minute she realized I had no costume and no bag of candy. Too late to turn back now. Plus, I could already taste the free beer about to be handed over to me by my gullible friend. I just about figured that there was nobody living in the house after all when I heard the shuffle of footsteps approaching the front door. I turned back to wave at Justin, but he was gone. Where'd he go? Probably so scared he ran back up to the corner. I swear, if he tries to weasel his way out of the bed, I'll kick his ass. I turned my attention back to the front door. An old woman in a faded blue housecoat and well-worn pink slippers stood before me. Bowed forward by old age, she only came up to about chest height on me. Her wild gray hair spun up into a messy bun. She spied me suspiciously through thick, smudged glasses.
You look a little old to be a trick-or-treater, young man.
She said in a disarmingly cheerful tone. Yeah, sorry about that. I suddenly realized how ridiculous I looked. I made this poor old woman come to her front door for nothing. I felt embarrassed, like I should know better. I'm really sorry. I think I have the wrong house.
No nonsense, young man. I don't get many visitors, so I'm just so happy you're here. You look a little old for candy. Tell you what, indulge a lonely old woman. Stay and chat with me for a few minutes, and I think I have a nice cold 6-pack of Schlitz in my fridge. I'll send you home with 1 or 2. Deal?
Okay.
Okay, then come on in. Come.
Being proudly as I entered the house, I was doing my good deed for the day after all. Now I could go around telling the other kids in town that the woman who lives at the end of Decker Avenue is, in fact, a really nice old lady who gave me free beer. I stepped forward into the dimly lit foyer as Lilith closed the door behind me, the deadbolt sliding into the lock. Shrouded in darkness, it was hard to make out the rest of the interior of the house. To my right was a grand set of heavy medieval-looking double doors.
Let's make ourselves comfortable in the parlor. You go on ahead and open up those doors. I swear the older I get, the harder it is for me to open them. Too heavy.
I smiled at her as I pushed open the doors. Maybe I've made a friend, I thought proudly. My smile faded as I stepped into the room. Confused at the sight before me. There was Justin, bound and gagged on a stone table, thrashing and straining against the ropes that bound him. Above him, 2 menacing figures in black robes with red trim stood over him, their faces bowed and obscured. I spun around to practically come nose to nose with Lilith. She was taller now, no longer bent by age. Her eyes met mine. Her voice still eerily cheerful.
You picked the most glorious night to come visit me, my friend. Halloween is a very special night, you see. It's the night we pay tribute to our dark leader. For it's he who gives us strength through the sacrifice of blood of the innocents.
Her voice deepened as if coming from somewhere deep below.
This is a very special time for us, as you and your friend will make for the perfect blood sacrifice.
Justin screamed in terror as one of the hooded figures drew an ornate-looking blade from under the cloak. My eyes wide with terror. I knew there was no place to run, as the blade came down hard into Justin's stomach. Lilith shrieked in delight. Out of the shadows, more dark figures appeared, chanting in a low and ominous tone. Justin's screams subsided as he choked on his own blood. Lilith took hold of my arms and with unnatural strength held me in place as the chanting hooded figures approached, ready to claim their second blood sacrifice of the night.
Welcome to Decker Avenue.